Next, wage rates. Every employee is majorly concerned with the wages offered to them by the company or the organization. The decision of a worker or an employee is directly affected by the monetary terms from the side of the company. And general economic environment. There are various employees who do not have any effect of economic cycle, whether in public sector undertakings or government offices. Regardless of their economic position within the organization, they will receive their salaries. And employees in private sectors are greatly affected by the stable income and job security, but the formal employees can be motivated from other factors. Similarly, there are various other environmental factors in an organization that could affect the behavior of the employees, including social factors, political factors, or legal environment. So next comes organizational factors. With wide variety of resources and organizational systems, individual behavior is influenced. That includes physical facilities. At workplace, the physical environment is considered as an arrangement of people and things positive that could also create influence on other people. There are certain factors that influence the behavior of an individual, including cleanliness, light, ventilation, noise level, nature of job, number of people working, etc. And structure and design. The way in which every department of the organization is set up has direct concern with the structure and design. The performance and the behavior of an individual is directly influenced by the position at which a person could perfectly fit in the whole organizational hierarchy. Next comes leadership. The management of the organization established the system of leadership so that the proper assistance, advice, guidance, direction, and coaching could be given to the individuals. The behavior of each employee is influenced to the larger extent to the behavior of the leaders or the superiors of the same organization. The behavior of the leaders is more important than the qualities of the leader. Next comes the reward system. The performance and the behavior of individuals are directly influenced by the reward system that is established by the organization so that the employees could be able to compensate. So next what we are going to see is the topic, we can say the subtitle or the other point as far as ability of an individual or the behavior of an individual is concerned, human behavior. Area that continues to attract attention in human behavior is work. So human behavior is the potential and expressed capacity mentally, physically and socially of individual groups, human individuals or groups to respond to internal and external stimuli throughout their life. While specific traits of one's personality, temperament and genetics may be more consistent, other behaviors will change as one moves along different stages of their life. That is from birth through adolescence, adulthood and, for example, parenthood and retirement. Behavior is also driven in part by thoughts and feelings, which provide insight into individual physique, revealing such things as attitudes and values. Human behavior is shaped by psychological traits as personality types vary from person to person, producing different actions and behavior. Extroverted people, for instance, are more likely than introverted people to participate in social activities like parties. The behavior of humans, just as other organisms, falls upon a spectrum whereby some behaviors are common while others are unusual, and some are acceptable while others are beyond acceptable limits. The acceptability of behavior depends heavily upon social norms and is regulated by various means of social control, partly due to the inherently conformist nature of human society in general. Thus, social norms also condition behavior whereby humans are pressured into certain rules and displaying certain behaviors that are deemed acceptable or unacceptable depending on the given society or culture. Human behavior is studied by the social sciences, which include psychology, sociology, economics, and anthropology. In sociology, behavior may broadly refer to all basic human actions, including those which possess no meaning, actions directed at no person. Behavior in this general sense should not be mistaken with social behavior. Social behavior, a subset of human behavior that accounts for actions directed at others, is concerned with the considerable influence of social interaction and culture, as well as ethics, social environment, authority, persuasion, and coercion. Next comes, as far as human behavior at work is, individual behavior at work. So, how it is distinctive from human behavior? Work behavior is the behavior one uses in employment and is normally more formal than other types of human behavior. This varies from profession to profession, as some are far more casual than others. For example, a computer programmer would usually have far more leeway in their work than a lawyer. People are usually more careful than outside work in how they behave around their colleagues, as many actions intended to be in jest can be perceived as inappropriate or even harassment in the work environment. In some cases, men may take considerably more care so as not to be perceived as being sexually harassing than they would ordinarily. Work behavior is one of the significant aspects of human behavior. It is an individual's communication towards the rest of the members of the workplace. It involves both verbal as well as non-verbal mode of communication. For example, trust is a non-verbal behavior which is often reflected by a verbal communication at a workplace. It represents your attitude towards your team and colleagues. A positive and a good work behavior of an individual leads to higher performance, productivity, and great outputs by the team or an individual. From the organizational perspective, it is the most important area where human behavior or human resource managers should focus. Counterproductive work behavior is also a type of work behavior. Most of the people do not know what counterproductive work behavior is. So, counterproductive work behavior is the act that employees have against the organization that do harm or violate the work production. Some counterproductive work behavior would include passive actions such as not working to meet deadline or faking incompetence. Even people do not recognize this behavior. It seems normal to them. Some examples of counterproductive behavior are intimate partner violence. Intimate partner violence is occurring more often in the workplace. About 36% to 75% of employed women who experience intimate partner violence have come out reporting that they have been harassed by a significant other while working. A variety of abusive behaviors is being demonstrated against victims to hinder their ability get their work done and stay in their current employment. Inference that the perpetrators employ are stalking them at their work site, harassment, and interfering with the victim's work. For example, sabotage the victim so they cannot get to work. Next is boredom. Jobs that require individuals to do the same task on a daily basis lead to counterproductive behaviors. Boredom on the job could result in unfavorable work practices such as frequently missing work, lack of concentration, or withdrawal from the task that the person was hired to do, and thus leading to decrease in work efficiency. When someone is ignoring people at work, when people work slowly and the work needs to be done fast, and when people refuse to help their colleagues, when people refuse to accept a task, when people show less interest in their work, when people show destructive behavior against their colleagues, and when people do not appreciate their colleagues' success, and these are the examples of counterproductive behavior that people confront in their daily life. A way to counteract this unproductive behavior is to address the principle that work behavior is a function of contingent consequences. By addressing what employees value most in their workplace, boredom on the job can be avoided. Competitive compensation, bonuses, and merit based rewards, retirement plans, supplemental training program, and flexible work locations are the top 5 values that employees value most at their workplace. Recognizing positive and productive behavior at a workplace can be quite simple by using job analysis. This method gives others a better understanding and evaluation of a typical duty they are looking for.